You know, I like these wild places, and they're not too easy to get to. I'm up in Vermont, I'm in the Vermont National Forest. A lot to explore up here. I'll be back many times. And there's one web page I read said there's Vermont National Forest is 160 miles long. Another one I read said it was 260, so maybe they're including fragmented areas. It's about 40 or 60 miles wide, so there's a lot of good woods roads up here to explore. Getting stuck is a possibility. And what do? You know, I'm alone. I can't get out and push. I can wait for somebody else to come along. I have a tow strap, I have traction pads and a shovel, and I can get myself out of most situations like that. But sometimes you can't. I decided to get one of these satellite communication things, and the first one I got was a Spot X. Thumbs down, stunk. I got it. I went to REI. It was the only one they had, so I took it. I figured something's better than nothing, but it wasn't. I brought it up here. What I didn't know when I just bought it was that there's two different satellite networks. One is the Globemaster. I think the Russians run that one, and that has 80% coverage, and that's what Spot X was using. 80% coverage of the planet. And what if you're in the 20%? You know, now what? So I used it up here last week in this very spot, and another spot, and it didn't work. And it worked at home, but it didn't work here, and I was ticked off. You know, there's just not as many satellites up there or something. So I returned it. REI gave me a full refund, and to their credit, Spot, the company that made the unit, I talked to a very nice woman there. She gave me a full refund of the subscription fees. You know, because you pay for the unit at REI, but you get the subscription fees through Spot. So, thank you, Spot. They gave me a full refund, and they wanted me to be happy. But when I returned the unit, the Spot unit at REI, they had what I wanted to begin with, a Garmin InReach. Now the Garmin InReach, it's a tiny little unit, very capable. They use the Iridium satellite network, and that has 100% global coverage. When you have a clear view of the sky, I'm in a valley here, surrounded by mountains, and it worked here. But if you're in a slot canyon and there's not a satellite overhead, it's not going to work. You're screwed, okay? So keep that in mind. They're good. They're better than most other means of communication, but they're not perfect. This one, right, it's a pretty minimal unit. Doesn't have a keyboard or anything, so if you want to compose a message on here, it's torture. So they give you can get an application, a free app you download and from Garmin, and that will allow you to Bluetooth connect to this thing with your phone. Another layer of failure, but you can connect to it with your phone, and you can send out text messages that way, and when somebody sends you a message, your phone will ding, you know, and it will tell you got a message. It's a pretty nice system. You know, and it's got a lot of features. I have 3 program messages up on the system, and I can just send those out really quickly here. One of them says, here's where I am, everything's okay. It sends you that message, and it gives you an exact coordinates of where I am and an accompanying map so you can see where I am. You can use it on Google Earth or, you know, Google Maps or anything, or you can send that information to somebody else if they're coming to get you. The second message of the 3 program messages says, I'm stuck, send help, and that goes to my friends, and they can coordinate the rescue from home with their phones and send help out here, and they can communicate back to me and tell me help is on the way, or they're not my friend anymore and just rot in the woods. The third one says, I've got an emergency, send help. And that means we've coordinated ahead. That means call the state police or call somebody and coordinate either a tow truck or a medical or whatever it is, or just, you know, whatever. So that's the 3, that allows me to coordinate my rescue myself for the most part with my help of my friends. Now, there's a button on here, this SOS thing, which means business. This is for life-threatening emergencies only. You press that button, and it goes to some rescue center where the place is staffed by people who do nothing but coordinate rescues. And they will coordinate with whatever you need to get people here. If you need a helicopter, they'll send one. But you're going to pay for it. That whole thing is fee-based. You can buy insurance. You can pay an insurance fee, which I did not, and that will cover the cost of the rescue. It's an annual fee. I think it's like 20 bucks a month. But You're going to pay for their coordination, all the people that work there, all the gear they have. You're going to pay for if the state police come, if the emergency services come, the fire department. You're going to pay all those salaries. So you may want to just commit suicide on the trail. It's cheaper. So that's a brief summary of this. I have links in the bottom to it. I'm happy with it. It looks pretty rugged, gets good battery life. You know, there's reviews about these products online. You can find plenty of them. I don't need to go through a full review. What I need to do is just enjoy the stream behind me.